and be on our way.
Good. Good. Well, good afternoon or good evening, and welcome to the November meeting of the Finance Committee. First up on the agenda, well, we don't have to read anything anymore, right? We can just go right into it.
You can go right into it, Mr. Chair, and I'll reflect the participants in the minutes.
Well, first up is just the adoption of the meeting minutes from the October 11th meeting of the Finance Committee. What do we have to appoint? Joan? What do I have to appoint? We did? We did. Okay, I don't have to do anything procedural. Okay, so I'll just get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the October 11th meeting of the Finance Committee.
So moved.
I make the motion.
Second, Joan, second. Thank you, Al, for second. All in favor, aye. The motion carries. We have one matter on the agenda. It's the PIT sales tax offering, about $2.5 billion. And Matt will be presenting. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon, everyone. The Finance Committee is being asked to recommend to the full board the authorization for the issuance of multiple series of tax-exempt and/or taxable, fixed and/or variable rate bonds issued at one or more times in an amount not to exceed $2.75 billion with a term of 30 years. The state would like the flexibility to issue the proposed bonds under either the Personal Income Tax Revenue Bond Program and/or the Sales Tax Revenue Bond Program. This authorization is for both new money and refunding purposes, and the new money portion is estimated at $1.3 billion and may include the funding or reimbursement related to capital projects for the Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, funding for economic development projects and/or grants, funding various environmental initiatives, funding for healthcare grants, libraries and other SED programs, capital projects for the Office of Mental Health, the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, and the Office of Addiction Services and Supports, as well as state and municipal facilities grants, which are also known as SAM grants. In addition to the new money portion, this authorization also looks to cover the refunding of certain bonds issued under various state-supported debt programs in the amount of approximately $1.13 billion. Under security, both the Personal Income Tax Revenue Bond Program and the Sales Tax Revenue Bond Program are secured by semi-annual payments to be made pursuant to financing agreements between DASNY and the Division of the Budget. For the Personal Income Tax Revenue Bond Program, security also includes 50% of the receipts from the New York State personal income tax, 50% of the employer compensation expense tax, and 50% of the receipts from the pass-through entity tax, which are deposited into the Revenue Bond Tax Fund. For the Sales Tax Revenue Bond Program, security also includes a set aside of 2 cents or 50% of the state's 4% sales tax pursuant to statute and deposited into the Sales Tax Revenue Bond Tax Fund. And for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2023, the debt service coverage on all outstanding state personal income tax bonds is projected to be 6.4 times total debt service, and the debt service coverage on all outstanding sales tax bonds is projected to be 6.1 times total debt service. And finally, the expected ratings under either program are AA1, AA+, and AA+. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. And any questions?
I don't have any. It's $2.5 billion, and
Yes, I know. It's
don't
a
have
significant
questions.
amount of funding. Did the state, the last meeting, we actually approved, well, I don't know if we approved it or we recommended approval of the buyback, the debt buyback?
Matt,
We have not executed the tender yet, Jerry.
I just was curious. It was part of the
yeah,
pit.
yeah,
But we did approve.
Right, but we did, yeah, we did recommend to approve. Well, the finance committee, I think, recommended, whatever.
Well, yeah,
The
that's
board
true.
approved.
But I thought the board
did
too.
And the board
The
then
board did
approved
approve.
it. Yes, I was just curious.
Thanks, Matt.
The impact.
Matt, who's going to be there tomorrow on the legal side?
It'll be, to my knowledge, Chris Reitzel and Sonny Williams.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
And well, is Joan still there? I think Joan, the controller, recently released a report saying that there were actually the PIT or the personal income tax numbers were actually better than expected by a significant amount. I believe that. I believe I read that. Joan maybe knows. Not that this matters here, but
Yeah, I think, yeah, they were higher. Well, that's not unexpected, but they were higher than anticipated.
right, which was a decent sign.
All right. Thank you.
And they're actually rated very well, so if anybody has any no more questions or concerns, I'll look for a motion to recommend approval of this offering at tomorrow's full board meeting.
I make a motion to, I make a
Thank you,
motion.
Joan. Thank you very much.
Second.
Second, thank you, Mr. Chair. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. So
None.
that motion carries. Unless anyone has any questions or concerns or any other issues to take up at finance. I'm hearing none. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Joan.
Second.
Thank you for seconding. All in favor, aye. Aye. None
Aye.
opposed. That carries, and that concludes finance for November. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.